this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves that are helping us on this journey to unconditional love, love of the journey, love of the soul group, that are most definitely helping us back into our unions. And so I do divine love healing. Using Holy Fire Reiki, I connect to your energies and I can see what your souls want you to know to put you on your highest path. That is for both you and your twin. So I can see the blocks. I can also see I basically see everything like a film. So I give you a write-up, a 3-card angel read, plus a guided mantra. And at the moment, I'm guided to do that for only £20 because I want to help as many people as possible. And so it's £20 and you get you basically get the write-up, the angel cards and the guided mantra. As well as that, I do a crystal grid and you receive pieces of rose quartz, and then I do healing for every single person on the grid once a week. And the power of doing it collectively, if you have the intent to send unconditional love to your twin, out to raise the planet in love and light, then you become part of a soul group that are most definitely helping everyone come into their unions, because all of these messages are driven by all of our higher selves sending messages, and it's quite an incredible thing. So the message today is there's a couple of things. One is there is a read that popped up into my YouTube list that was by Angelic Therapy, that was called something about if you've got a third person in your union. I'm going to put the link to it in the description box, because if your twin is with a karmic partner, what she's talking through is about that there may be contracts to between you and the karmic partner, because obviously if they're not with you yet, it's because there's still lessons to be learned, etc. Now, I listened to that and something happened for me through listening for that. And so I won't go into the details, but if you listen to that, because if you're on the same journey as me, you might experience something as well. Also, when you listen to that and you want to have, if it makes you feel like you need to have healing from that particular time, then again, I'm very happy to do that for you. But just it triggered. So in that, it's very true, right? You only, what I've said before, we're like layers of an onion. And so your soul will only give you the information that is right for you at that time. So like I mentioned a while ago, I've revisited the same lifetime multiple times, and each time I get a bit more information. And it's because it's too much for you to take all at once, right? Especially if you're on this path of really clearing your energies and doing your healing and really investigating. It's like, like we've said before, it's like being Sherlock Holmes, but it's being like Sherlock Holmes around your own soul and your own soul's journey to get where you are today. And so if you're on that path of kind of discovery, you will be unveiling the right thing at the right time for you. So always know that, right? Because that's one thing at the beginning. I was like, why am I getting everything? Why am I still, why can't you just tell me everything now? And of course you can't, because your brain would not take it. It would just explode, because it's so incredible, all of this journey and everything that, being in the light brings. So, I would recommend that. I've put that in the description box. And again, if you want any help with that, then I'm more than happy to help. So, I was guided to go to the Science Museum yesterday. It's an exhibition on robots. If you want to check it out on the website, Science Museum London, all over that website is just science messages, things, everything. But on my way out, there was a massive apple outside my house. A big plastic apple with a big bite taken out of it. Now, the fact that my twin surname is an apple is just hilarious. And the fact that it has got a big bite taken out of it as well, it reminds me of the Adam and Eve story. So I just thought that was quite amusing to have that pitched up outside my house. So I go to the Science Museum, and the first thing is, on the outside of it, there's a big fox. And if you see here, it's got energy. So it has the fox. So I'm walking along and I'm like, oh my God, a huge fox. This is like the big fox right on it's like a massive, massive plaque on the outside of the building. I go across the street because I turn round and there is a Church of Jesus Christ. Now, yesterday or the day before, there was lots of Jesus energy coming through because of various... I can't totally remember the link now, but anyway. So I turned around and massive statue of him right there. I then turn around again, and this was on the wall, and it basically says, we are designing a new future, right? We are designing the future, which is exactly what you are. This is a bit small here, but it also mentions about 3D, and it also has the guy playing the guitar. So we are designing a new future. Remember that if you are a twin flame, you're doing this because you're about raising light on the planet, about changing the way that people perceive the planet. Right next to it, then, there is a van which said forest. If you are aware of the crystal grid, everything around the crystal grid is around the forest lovers that are entwined together for eternity around the oak tree. At the moment, I'm reading a book that was recommended to me about trees and about how they have, basically about how they, you know, have effectively, they are obviously living, breathing organisms, and that they create communities. So a forest actually has a living, breathing kind of, what's the word? A living, breathing network of trees and how they interact with each other. Totally, totally fascinating. One thing that I've been experiencing, and it's getting more and more strong between me and my twins' energy, is that I actually feeling us merge into a tree. Quite surreal, but I feel the roots going down into the ground. If you do any grounding exercise, and it's all about at the moment grounding everything into your physical reality. So it's about bringing that bond of spiritual into your actual physical reality. So yeah, so then next to it was the forest. I then go into the park, right? This is Kensington Gardens Park where Lady Di was. We've also had, she came through, her energies were coming through with the Taj Mahal and stuff. Right, on here, you would not believe, there is, I was so gobsmacked, there is Peter Pan. Somebody had sent me a link to Central Park as well in New York, where I actually went with my twin. And in Central Park, there are so many links, not least John Lennon. Today, the Beatles have announced they're releasing a new album with a set number of new tracks on it. I was listening to it on the radio, and they specifically said the commemorative book that goes with it has 144 pages. Now, if you know anything, then 144,000 is supposedly the number of twin flames that are around, that are being, you know, I think everyone, but, you know, being, you know, kind of being brought together at the moment. I mean, who knows about the number, but 144 is a key number, right? So on here, there is Peter Pan, right? There is there's a physical energy statue. There is an Italian garden. There is so many signs, right? So here, this is at the same time that I'm taking this photo, somebody had sent me a note from there. Somebody had messaged me that I'd done a healing for. And she had said that in her dream, I had been in her dream with her twin, and it's the first dream that she'd had in quite a while. And she felt that it was me coming to sort of waken him up. Anyway, so she sent me the email, and I just said, oh wow, I'm just by a statue with talking about physical energy. And then specifically she said you were wearing yellow boots in the dream. So I had just literally taken this photo, so I sent it back to her. She then sends me a photo of her twin because she said, no way, my twin was wearing the same trainers as you. So, you know, it's very surreal at the moment. The messages are so strong. This is a physical energy statue, right? That is in the park, representing, it's by somebody Watts. Then this is the obelisk. Now, the reason why I took this is that I did a healing for some people, and it was about the Jewel of the Nile came up. This has something to do with the Nile and about Richard Burton in it. So it has, again, if you Google, I mean, if these are sort of resonating with you, then Google South Kensington and look at all the memorials in the park. I then go to where Peter Pan statue is, because there's a Peter Pan statue, would you believe? And right by it was a swan and a duck. this is the Peter Pan statue, and you can, in the statue are bunny rabbits and loads of things that have come through in different science messages. This is, actually you can see, there you go, you can see him there at the top. I then scroll, this is an Italian garden, so we've had the Italian theme, so the Italian garden is there as well. And then at the end there are two bears hugging. Now, we've had bear energy come through as well, because that was from ages ago about the Great Bear, which is all about opening. The Great Bear is about strength, basically. And here there's like two little bears hugging. The best thing is there is a magic tree, right? So this tree, it says there are little figures and everything that they put in it, and people make a wish into it. So, of course, I threw in my coin and made a wish for all twin flames to come into their union against the magic tree. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, there is a magic tree. You're not gonna... I just was like, shut up. My guidance was saying anything is possible. At that moment, a helicopter comes right by me in the park, and I'm like, are you joking me? Out of the helicopter, the Prince and Princess, Princess George and Princess Charlotte, the two little baby royals, were over here, and they were like, these three guys are like some, I don't know, official people, but the helicopter literally landed right next to me. And my guidance was like, you see, anything is possible. Even the Prince and Princess were stood right there. And I was like, okay, all right, I get you. The next thing is I then go to the cinema, which is where I'd been to see Trainspotting 2, which is a message from a while ago. I then find out, it turns out that my twin had been to the same cinema to watch the same film. Now look what is in the window of the cinema. It is when Harry met Sally, and she is doing the lobster scene. So I think, you know what more is there to be said? I go into the cinema and look what's on the thing, 69 and 007. And I kept thinking, why is 007? I'm getting loads of James Bond things. 007, obviously 7 is spiritual enlightenment. The fact that it's 69 as well. And this is all from Russia with Love. So James Bond has been coming through massively. Why is that? Because Daniel Craig plays James Bond, right? DC divine counterpart. So we go full circle. So this is why it's saying excitement, right? From Russia with Love, because I'm telling you it is going to happen. Not only that, but look down at the bottom here. That says United Artists. We are united in love. It's already there. All you need to do is keep working your love vibe to make the dreams come true. All right. Thank you very much. If you want to come to me for healing or to join the Crystal Grid, please do. All details are in the link. Okay. Take it easy. Bye.